The next ones go back to those absolute value problems, but now we're working with an inequality. Sometimes we will get solutions where all real numbers are solutions, like those OR ones where it went in two opposite directions that overlapped each other. Sometimes we'll have a no solution like those AND ones that cover the middle. So again, we want to think about absolute value. We need to get the absolute value by itself first. So in this case, I'm going to add my 4. 5 times the absolute value of W minus 6 is greater than 20. And then I'm going to divide by my 5. The absolute value of W minus 6 is greater than 4 then. I then am going to have my two cases. Either the W minus 6 is greater than 4 or W minus 6 is less than 4. So if I'm going to solve this one, since this is a greater than, it's an OR problem. If it's a less than, it would be an AND. OR means I'm farther than that many spaces from the middle. AND means I'm between the two numbers. So I'm going to solve this and add my 6. W is greater than 10. Whoops, I didn't put the negative on that one. Let me fix that second one. The second one, I should have flipped my sign, made it less than the negative 4. Now I've got the right problem there. So I got to add my 6. W is less than 2. So on my number line here, I am greater than 10 and less than 2, or less than 2. I'm going in the two opposite directions, which I should be. And so I'm just going to connect those with the word OR, because they're going to have us just use the regular notation, not the interval notation. And so that's going to be my answer. So number 23. I want to get my absolute value by itself. First thing I'm going to do is add my 24. And so the absolute value of 5v is greater than 3. So that means 5v is greater than 3, or 5v is less than negative 3. Again, this was a greater than to start out with, so it should have an or in between. And then these we just divide by our 5. So v is greater than 3/5. V is less than negative 3/5. So when I put those on my number line, if I'm greater than 3/5, I'm going this way. Less than negative 3/5, I'm going this way. Again, you can see it's an OR problem because I'm going in two opposite directions, which is what it should end up being. Number 24 then. If I'm going to solve this, first thing I'm going to do is add my 4. 5 times the absolute value of y plus 8 is greater than negative 30. I'm going to divide by my 5. Absolute value of y plus 8 is greater than negative 6. So this is where you have to think about the definition of absolute value, because sometimes you're going to get all real numbers are solutions. Sometimes you're going to get no solution because of this negative here. So my absolute value always is a positive number. Is a positive number greater than negative 6? Well, yes, a positive number is always greater than negative 6. So this one is going to be all real numbers are solutions. If this had been a less than, then it would have been no solution, because positive numbers are never less than a negative. So if it's a greater than, you get all reals. If it's a less than, you get no solution. So you have to kind of watch out for those ones that end up having that negative on the other side of your inequality sign.